So here's our Unit 5 test review. It starts with simplifying radicals and exponents with rational expressions. So we'll start with number 1. We have x, and then remember you always take the exponent, and that goes in the numerator, and then we would write the root as the denominator. The index is the denominator. All right, so because it says convert from a radical to a rational exponent. So if I have a fraction, that's a rational exponent. So, and then you can reduce that 3 over 6, put that on your calculator, to alpha y equals, all right, I've got 3 out of 6, and that's equal to 1/2. So you need to reduce your exponent. Now the next one has a decimal for the exponent, so I'm going to make that into a fraction, which would be a rational number. Okay, so 2.5. So 2.5, and I'm going to go to a fraction. So I'm going to hit enter. All right, so that's 5 over 2. All right, so I'm going to rewrite this as x to the negative 5 over 2. Okay, this will be a rational exponent because it's a ratio, it's a fraction. So two things are going on here. First of all, we have the negative, all right, which remember negative just means it's going to be an inverse, a reciprocal. So this x is going to go to the denominator. It's going to go to the basement. And then I have to convert it to a radical. All right, so now I'm going to look at the root, which is my denominator, so that would be a square root, right? And then my flower power, all right, that would be to the 5th. Okay, and I could put that 5 out there, or I could put it closer in, I could put x to the 5th. I could put it inside. It's the same thing. And then now if I have a denominator, I need a numerator, so I'll just put a 1 there to hold that place. Now this next one, we have a radical, and so I'm going to make it into a rational exponent, just like in number 1. So I'll write this as 3, and this is to the first power, and then that would be a square root, so it's 1/2, 3 to the 1/2, and then x would be, my exponent is 3, so, and the index is still 2. Okay, so I'll just write it like that. Alright, and then now I have this 2 times this x to the 5/4 power. So this 2 is being multiplied by this, so it's going to be out front. It is not being taken to the 5/4 power. If there were parentheses and it was to the 5/4 power, then it would be under my radical. But there are no parentheses, so the 2 is out front, and the 4, right, remember your denominator is the root. The root is in the bottom, and then my flower is the power. Right, so the flower is up on top. So the 5 goes here, and then the root is the index. So number 5, I've got a radical, and I want to make it into a rational exponent. So now this whole thing is in parentheses, so both of them are going to be taken to the 4th, right? That's the power. And then the root is 3, so that goes in the bottom. Okay, and then now here I have both of these, so this would be the 3rd root of 4 squared, and this would be the 3rd root of x to the 5th. So I converted both of those rational exponents to radicals. And then now, since they're the same roots, I can multiply them together. So that would be the cubed root of, and then let's see, 4 squared is 4 times 4, that's 16. And then I have x to the 5th.